Vermont is famous for its natural beauty and peaceful life. But surprisingly, it's the second least populated state in the US. Only about 647,000 people live here. This is odd, because it's an old state, surrounded by very populated areas. So why don't more people live in Vermont? True to its nickname, the Green Mountain State, Vermont is full of forests and mountains. It sits between two major cities, New York City to the south and Montreal to the north. Despite this, Vermont has only a small fraction of their population. The main reason is geography. The Green Mountains run through the center of the state. They're part of the Appalachian Range and covered in dense forests. The land is steep, rugged, and hard to build on. That limits both agriculture and urban development. Vermont's tallest peak is Mount Mansfield, at 4,395 feet. Waterways are important too. Lake Champlain borders New York and Canada and supports tourism and wildlife. The Connecticut River forms the border with New Hampshire. The Winooski River cuts across the state from the mountains to Lake Champlain. But many of Vermont's rivers flow north toward Canada, not south to big U.S. markets. That made trade and transportation harder in the past. The soil in Vermont is rocky and thin. It's called Tunbridge soil, and it's not great for farming. That also made it hard to grow big rural populations in the early days. During the Industrial Revolution, Vermont was left behind. It didn't have ports, coal, or easy trade routes, so big cities and factories never developed like they did in Massachusetts or Pennsylvania. Today, Vermont still has no large urban centers. Burlington is the biggest, with about 226,000 people in its metro area. Other towns like Bennington has only about 15,000 people each. Most Vermonters live in small towns scattered across the state. There was even a time when New York tried to claim Vermont. New York and New Hampshire both gave out land in the area, causing conflicts. Vermonters resisted and eventually declared independence in 1777. They formed their own republican government. Later, Vermont paid $30,000 to settle the land dispute with New York. That cleared the way for statehood. In 1791, Vermont became the 14th state in the Union. Vermont is beautiful and peaceful, but its terrain, soil, and history kept it small. And unless something major changes, it will likely stay that way. While Vermont may not be packed with people, it's packed with charm. Here are some places you won't want to miss. From the valleys below, Mount Mansfield appears not as a peak, but as a reclining human profile etched against the Vermont sky. Its ridgeline forms the forehead, nose, and chin, with the latter marking the state's highest point. An ascent takes you through changing worlds, from dense hardwood forests to the gnarled, wind-stunted trees of the Krummholz, and finally to a rare, fragile alpine tundra. This mountain has a dual character in winter. It's a formidable, icy giant carved with ski trails. In summer, it's a hiker's paradise, offering stunning panoramas of Lake Champlain and the distant Adirondacks. A revered and wild landmark, Mansfield is the timeless heart of the Green Mountains. Stretching like a vast ribbon of silver and sapphire, Lake Champlain is the grand, liquid heart of the region it divides and defines. Cradled between the Adirondack Mountains of New York and the Green Mountains of Vermont, it is an inland sea, a living chronicle written in waves. Its surface can be a mirror of placid glass reflecting the sky, or a tumultuous expanse of whitecaps churned by a sudden squall, a testament to its sheer size and power. The lake's waters hold a deep and layered history. For centuries, It was a vital highway for Native American nations, like the Abenaki and Iroquois. It later became a fiercely contested strategic prize, its depths concealing the sunken secrets of Revolutionary War gunboats and forgotten fleets from the War of 1812. The ghosts of forts still stand guard on its shores, silent witnesses to battles that shaped nations. Yet beneath this recorded history lies a more elusive legend, the whisper of Champlain, the lake's gentle serpent of folklore, a myth that adds a layer of primeval mystery to its dark, cold depths. Along its coast, cities like Burlington and Plattsburgh draw life from its presence, their waterfronts buzzing with activity. Nestled between the imposing peaks of Mount Mansfield and Spruce Peak, Smugglers Notch State Park is less a park you walk into and more a chasm you pass through. The experience begins with its legendary road, Route 108, a serpentine ribbon of asphalt that narrows and twists dramatically as it climbs. It squeezes between house-sized boulders and under the shadow of sheer cliffs, forcing vehicles to navigate a path so tight it seems nature is actively trying to reclaim it. The park's name is no mere flourish. It is a direct nod to its colorful history. This rugged, easily defended pass was the covert corridor for smugglers moving cattle and goods to Canada during the 1807 Embargo Act, and later a clandestine route for illicit liquor during Prohibition. To stand in the cool, shaded air of the Notch is to feel the echoes of that secretive past. Geology is the true architect here. The massive boulders that litter the gorge are remnants of ancient landslides, a chaotic jumble of stone dropped at the feet of towering rock walls. For visitors, the park is a vertical playground. If you like this video, please give us a subscribe. That can help us have more opportunities to bring you more unique places. Often called Vermont's Little Grand Canyon, Quechee Gorge cleaves the landscape with dramatic and unexpected depth. High above, the Route 4 bridge offers a dizzying perspective. A man-made perch suspended 165 feet over the water below. Far beneath, the Quechee River glides over a stony bed, its waters the patient sculptor of this profound chasm. This immense channel was carved not by slow erosion, but by the torrential force of glacial meltwater at the end of the last ice age. Trails descend from the rim, leading visitors from the sweeping aerial view to the intimate, shaded world along the riverbank. Here, one can gaze up at the steep, layered walls of schist, feeling the cool spray and the immense scale of the rock. In autumn, the gorge transforms into a stunning tapestry of crimson and gold, framing the dark water with vibrant color. The constant hum of traffic on the bridge serves as a reminder of how this ancient wonder intersects with modern life. It remains a powerful, accessible monument to the immense geological forces that shape the Vermont countryside. In the wild heart of Vermont's Northeast Kingdom, a stunning geological drama unfolds, where Mount Pisgah and Lake Willoughby meet. The lake is not merely nestled beside the mountain. It is cradled within a chasm carved by glaciers. A deep, cold fjord dropped unexpectedly into the New England landscape. On its eastern shore, Mount Pisgah rises not with gentle slopes, but as a sheer, monumental wall of rock that plunges directly into the turquoise water. To hike the trails of Mount Pisgah is to walk along the precipice of this spectacle. The path follows the rim of the cliffs, offering a continuous and breathtakingly vertical view down to the lake's surface, hundreds of feet below. From these exposed ledges, the water's incredible clarity and color are on full display, a ribbon of sapphire locked between the stony guardians of Pisgah and its western counterpart, Mount Hoare. The relationship between the mountain and the lake is primal and inseparable. Pisgah provides the dramatic backdrop and the thrilling, vertiginous perspective, while Willoughby offers the serene, beautiful mystery at its feet. It is a perfect, powerful union of stone and water, a place where the immense force of the last ice age is laid bare, creating one of New England's most sublime and unforgettable landscapes. A city can often be defined by what it faces. For the one perched on the eastern shore of a great inland sea, the daily spectacle is a rugged silhouette of mountains across the water. This constant, westward gaze seems to instill a unique equilibrium, grounding the community's spirited energy with a connection to something ancient and wild. This is the essential nature of Burlington, Vermont, a city that lives and breathes with the lake, its identity shaped as much by the Adirondack view as by its own bustling streets. It is not a metropolis of sprawling concrete, but a compact, vibrant community built on a human scale, where progress is tempered by the profound stillness of the landscape. The city's soul resides on the Church Street Marketplace, a 4-block pedestrian-only thoroughfare paved in red brick. It is Burlington's living room, a place where the community's pulse is most palpable. Here, a steady current of university students, young families, seasoned locals, and curious tourists flows past independent bookstores, funky boutiques, and farm-to-table restaurants that were pioneering the locavore movement long before it was a national trend. Street performers provide a constant soundtrack of acoustic guitar or mesmerizing juggling, while the aroma of freshly brewed coffee from local roasters hangs in the air, a testament to the city's creative and entrepreneurial spirit. This polished, progressive city is built upon a grittier, more industrious foundation. Its history is deeply entwined with the lake it overlooks. For centuries, the land was home to the Abenaki people. Later, its strategic location made it a key site for figures like Ethan Allen and the Green Mountain Boys, whose independent spirit seems to have seeped into the very soil. The 19th century transformed Burlington into a booming lumber port, its waterfront choked with sawmills and its hillsides stripped bare. It was a rough, hard-working town, a vital hub of commerce that connected the resources of Vermont with the wider world via the lake and canals. The modern identity of Burlington, however, was forged in a spirit of counterculture and fierce independence, most famously crystallized during the mayorship of Bernie Sanders in the 1980s. That era cemented its reputation as a bastion of progressive politics, environmental consciousness, and community-focused governance. This ethos endures in its fierce support for local businesses, its thriving cooperative market, and a culture that values sustainability and social responsibility. The presence of the University of Vermont on the hill infuses the city with a perpetual youthful energy, fueling intellectual discourse, artistic innovation, and a healthy dose of idealism. Nowhere is Burlington's evolution more apparent than on its waterfront. The industrial wasteland of the past has been reborn as a verdant expanse of parks, a winding bike path that stretches for miles, and public spaces that draw people to the water's edge. This place is sparsely populated, but has many beautiful sights, right? Let me know if you want to come here and see the sights for yourself in the comment. The title of state capital often conjures images of sprawling skylines and the hurried pulse of a major city. There is one, however, that exists in gentle defiance of that expectation, a place where the most important building doesn't loom over a concrete landscape, but instead peaks from a valley of green hills. This is Montpelier, Vermont, the nation's smallest state capital, where identity is shaped not by grandiosity, but by intimacy. Cradled at the confluence of the Winooski River and its tributaries, the city is defined by its relationship with water and landscape. Its downtown is compact and walkable, a place where the Vermont State House feels less like an imposing government fortress and more like the most distinguished building on the block. Politics here feels accessible, a place where a governor might be seen buying groceries at the local co-op. The streets are lined not with national chains, but with independent bookstores, a historic cinema, and cozy cafes that underscore a fierce commitment to local community. But this intimacy with the river is a double-edged sword. The same waters that shaped its picturesque valley have also brought devastating floods, testing the city's resilience time and again. This recurring struggle has forged a powerful sense of shared purpose and neighborly support that is palpable in the air. To experience Stowe, Vermont, is to witness a town with a dual soul, one forged in the exhilarating cold of winter, and the other in the vibrant warmth of summer. At its heart is the inescapable presence of Mount Mansfield, the iconic peak that dictates the rhythm of life in the valley below. In winter, Stowe fully embraces its role as the capital of East Coast skiing. The mountain road, the artery connecting the village to the resort, buzzes with activity, leading skiers to the slopes where conquering the steep front four trails is a celebrated rite of passage. The day's adventure concludes in the warm glow of taverns and fireside lounges, defining the classic après-ski experience. When the snow melts, Stowe reveals a different, equally captivating soul. The landscape erupts in astonishing green, crisscrossed by renowned hiking and mountain biking trails. Hikers on the long trail traverse Mansfield's famous ridge for stunning panoramic views reaching from Lake Champlain to New Hampshire. In autumn, this entire scene ignites in a world-famous spectacle of fiery foliage. Anchoring it all is the historic village, its white church steeple, a quintessential New England landmark. Here, 19th century buildings house galleries, boutiques, and charming inns. Stowe masterfully balances its identity as an international resort with the heart of an authentic Vermont community. It is a place of rugged adventure and polished comfort, of wild peaks and civilized pleasures. This unique duality is the very essence of its enduring allure. Some towns are shaped by the slow, chaotic passage of time, while others seem to have been held in a state of deliberate grace. Woodstock, Vermont, is firmly in the latter category, a place whose renowned beauty is no accident of history, but the result of a conscious and enduring legacy of preservation. At its heart lies the immaculately kept village green, a lush expanse of lawn that serves as the town's central anchor. It is flanked by a stately procession of federal and Georgian brick homes and dignified white clapboard buildings, each a testament to a quiet prosperity and a deep respect for history. The iconic middle-covered bridge spans the Quechee River nearby, completing a scene so picturesque it has graced countless calendars and postcards. But Woodstock's pristine beauty is no accident of time. It is the legacy of thoughtful stewardship, most notably shaped by the conservationist vision of Lawrence S. Rockefeller and his wife, Mary. This philosophy is enshrined at the Marsh-Billings-Rockefeller National Historical Park, the nation's only national park dedicated to the story of conservation history and the evolving relationship between people and the land. The park, with its managed forests and historic mansion, represents the intellectual core of the town. This ethos of thoughtful land use is brought to life just across the river at the Billings Farm and Museum, a premier working dairy farm and a museum of Vermont's rural past. Here, the town's elegant aesthetic is grounded in the practical, enduring rhythms of agriculture. Woodstock, therefore, is a unique fusion, a postcard. Perfect town whose beauty is anchored by a profound philosophical core. The steady roar of a waterfall provides a constant, natural counterpoint to the intellectual energy that drifts down from the campus on the hill. This is the essence of Middlebury, Vermont, where Otter Creek bisects the historic downtown. Its powerful falls a dramatic centerpiece for the community. On the hill above, the stately campus of Middlebury College infuses the town with a youthful vibrancy and a rich cultural life. The streets below are a charming collection of brick storefronts, independent bookshops, and cafes that serve students and longtime locals alike. Here, the revolutionary, the farmer artist, and the modern intellectual all share the same sharp, clean air, creating a place that is not just a destination, but a rich, living composite of the American story. In Bennington, Vermont, time is not a straight line, but a series of layers, stacked one upon the other. The deepest stratum is one of revolution and bedrock conviction, anchored by the stark, 306-foot obelisk of the Battle Monument. It's a history felt in the quiet of the old First Church Cemetery, where Robert Frost's simple granite stone offers its own stoic, poetic truth about the land. Just beneath the surface lies a layer of homespun industry and folk genius. This is the world of Grandma Moses, whose vibrant, memory-filled canvases are celebrated at the Bennington Museum, capturing a Vermont that feels both nostalgic and utterly timeless. Where the West River flows into the broad Connecticut, Brattleboro greets visitors not with the quaint stillness of a postcard Vermont, but with a lively and bohemian pulse. This is a town built on the river's edge, and its character has been shaped by that constant current. The brick mill buildings that line the banks, once monuments to industry, now house galleries, independent bookstores, and a world-class circus arts school, their historic grit repurposed for modern creativity. A palpable counterculture legacy thrives here, evident in the thriving food co-op, the fiercely local shops, and the colorful characters who give the town its soul. Under the Art Deco glow of the Latches Theater marquee, you feel the town's unique rhythmic blend of artistic ambition, progressive politics, and a deep-seated Vermont practicality. Brattleboro is a place proudly out of step, a town where Vermont's fierce independence is expressed not in quiet stoicism, but in a bold, creative, and wonderfully idiosyncratic chorus. In the heart of the Green Mountains, Killington is less a town and more a force of nature, aptly nicknamed the Beast of the East. Its identity is carved into the slopes of Vermont's second highest peak, a sprawling playground of steep pitches, winding cruisers, and challenging glades that draw skiers and riders from all over. The energy is palpable, crackling down the legendary access road, where the thrill of the day's last run melts into the lively hum of après-ski. But the beast doesn't sleep in summer. When the snow recedes, it reveals a network of rugged mountain bike trails and hiking paths. This is not a place of quiet contemplation. It is a high-altitude hub of adrenaline, a community built in tribute to the thrill of the descent. Leave the postcard villages and ski resort glamour behind, and you will find Vermont's tough, practical soul. Rutland stands as Vermont's rugged, practical heart, a city built not on quaint tourism but on the enduring strength of marble and railroads. Its past grandeur is etched into the ornate downtown buildings, monuments to a bygone industrial might when it was the Marble City. While it may lack the curated polish of its resort neighbors, Rutland possesses a deep, working-class soul and an unpretentious resilience. This is a community in the midst of a comeback, a story told on the vast, vibrant murals that now splash color and local pride across historic brick walls. Tucked deep within a narrow valley carved by the White River, Rochester unfurls along Vermont's scenic Route 100 like a town from a storybook. A classic town green serves as its emerald heart, surrounded by a handsome library, a white-steepled church, and a general store that remains a vital community hub. The Black River flows through Springfield with a memory of fire and steel. This was once the nexus of American machine tool ingenuity, the heart of Precision Valley, where fortunes were measured by the roar of its factories and the microscopic accuracy of its lathes. While the great mills that line the river have fallen quiet, the town's character remains forged by that legacy, a heritage of proud, exacting craftsmanship and a stubborn grit. Springfield is a testament to an industrial past, a place where the ghosts of American manufacturing now watch over a community determined to reinvent itself. In Lyndonville, the quiet energy of a college campus flows through the valley, while a different, more adventurous current charges the ridge above. The town itself serves as the Northeast Kingdom's practical anchor, its daily life intertwined with the students and faculty of the local university. On the famed Darling Hill, however, a world-class network of mountain bike trails has transformed old farmland into a global destination for outdoor enthusiasts. This rare fusion of intellectual pursuit and rugged recreation gives the town its unique and dynamic character. Known as the Railroad City, St. Albans stands proudly near the shores of Lake Champlain, its identity forged in the age of steam. The grand brick architecture of its downtown, circling the lovely Taylor Park, speaks to a prosperous past as a vital rail Cuba history, so significant it includes the northernmost land action of the Civil War. While the trains no longer dominate, the city retains a practical, industrious spirit, serving as the heart of Franklin County. Each spring, it embraces another core Vermont identity, hosting the state's official Maple Festival and cementing its place as a cornerstone of Vermont life. Vermont may not be a bustling state packed with big cities, but that's part of its quiet charm. Surrounded by mountains, forests, and lakes, it offers a kind of peace that's hard to find elsewhere. Its small towns are full of character, its landscapes are breathtaking year-round, and its slower pace invites you to slow down too. From fall foliage and maple syrup to ski slopes and scenic trails, Vermont is a place where nature takes the lead and simplicity feels like luxury. It might not have the population of its neighbors, but for those who visit, that's exactly what makes it special.